And here are two more problems. How many grams of solute are present in 15 milliliters of this concentration of this compound? And separately, how many milliliters of this concentration of sodium phosphate contain 2.50 grams of sodium phosphate? As per usual, I invite you to attempt these on your own, then hit play, after which I'll show you how to do one of them on the board.
Let's pick this thing apart. First of all, what does this capital M mean? It's molar, which means what? It means, in this case, moles of K2Cr2O7 per liter of solution. So I've got 0.736 moles of this substance in 1 liter of solution, which I'll abbreviate using the SOL apostrophe N. It stands for solution, okay? The question asks me to get to grams of solute. Believe it or not, this is a dimensional analysis / unit conversion question using principles of dimensional analysis I discussed in an earlier video linked to in the description below. What's the solute in this case? Yeah, it's this thing, K2Cr2O7, which is potassium dichromate. So instead of writing grams of solute, I'm just going to kind of erase the word solute so that we can know what we're actually talking about. The specific solute, that is the thing that is dissolved, is this thing, K2Cr2O7. So the final destination units, the units of my answer, should be that, okay? So how do I get there? Well, I've got two different values it gave me, this 0.736 moles per liter, as well as this 15.0 milliliters. Now, whenever I'm dealing with a dimensional analysis / unit conversion question like this, which this really is I always, and I'm given multiple values, I always start by picking a value that has no denominator units, okay? You'll notice that this does have denominator units because the capital M really stands for moles of solute per liter of solution. Units in the denominator, the per, and then some units. Over here though, 15.0 milliliters, no denominator unit, so that's where I'm going to start. So I'm going to start by just writing out 15.0 milliliters, and when it says 15.0 milliliters, what it really means is of this solution. So I'm going to write down of this solution. Now I want to eventually cancel out the milliliters. I'm given a term over here that does not have milliliters. Does it have anything close? Well, it has liters. Can I directly relate milliliters to liters? I absolutely can. Using the principles of dimensional analysis, the units in the denominator here will always be the same as the units in the numerator of the previous term, so they cancel each other out. Can milliliters directly relate to liters? In other words, can I put them in the same set of parentheses? Abso-freaking-lutely. So my milliliters cancel each other out. Am I to my final target destination of grams of this compound? No, I'm not. So I need to put down another set of parentheses. Now, my units in the denominator here will be the same as the units in the numerator of the in the numerator of the previous term, which is going to be liters. Have I been given anything that has liters in it? Yeah, I've been given liters of solution, specifically embedded in this molarity. So I can put liters of solution, cancel my liters there, and moles of this particular compound. So moles of K2Cr2O7, or potassium chromate, or dichromate, sorry. Am I to my final target units of grams of this thing? The answer is no. So what do? I have to lay down another set of parentheses. What will my units in the denominator of this set of parentheses be? The same as the units in the denominator, or in the numerator, sorry, of the previous term, moles of this compound, so that they cancel each other out. Now, what do I put in the numerator there? Well, is it possible to directly relate? I mean, I want to get to grams of this thing. Can you directly relate a mole of this thing to grams of that thing? You can. Moles of one thing and grams of the same thing can touch. In what way? By using that substance's molecular weight, okay? So I can put grams of this thing, grams of K2Cr2O7 in the numerator. 1 mole of that thing will weigh a certain number of grams. And I pull that from the molecular weight for this particular molecule using the atomic, or the combined atomic weights of the substances in that formula from the periodic table. Let's start out some numbers here, okay? Liters and milliliters. How many milliliters are there in a liter? A liter's pretty big, milliliter's pretty small, so I need the big number to be next to the small unit, and vice versa. There are 1,000 milliliters per liter, and I require you, my university students, to memorize that. For this particular substance, how many moles of this thingy is there per liter of solution? Yeah, that's the molarity. That's this term right here, okay? So I have in every liter of this solution 0.736, okay? I'm going to go ahead and erase this thing right here to kind of clear up some room on the board and reduce confusion here, disorganization. Now, what about the molecular weight over here? Well, you have to look at the periodic table and figure that out. So each potassium weighs a certain amount, each chromium weighs a certain amount, and each oxygen weighs a certain amount. The oxygens weigh 16. So looking at the periodic table, chromiums weigh about 52. And again, I'm leaving off decimals here to keep things simple. And the potassiums weigh 39. So you have to take 39 times 2, add that to 52 times 2 and add that to 16 times 7 and add all of that stuff together, and you end up getting the final molecular weight of this compound, which is, you end up getting 294 grams per mole. Now I'll let you figure out the rest of it. The rest of it's just plug and chug on your calculator. 15 divided by 1,000, get a number. Take that number, times it by 0.736, get a number. Take that, times it by 294, and then make sure that your final answer is rounded to the correct number of significant figures according to our sig fig rules, and that's pretty much it.